Welcome to the Friday show. We do things a little bit differently here on Friday. We take it all the way back to the old days of YouTube when it was just some person, a camera, and you, the viewer, having a conversation. And today we're gonna talk about music. So in my line of work, I meet new people all the time, and inevitably the question comes up, what music do you listen to? And my answer always comes across as a cop-out, because I tell them I listen to everything. And it's true. Well, everything except metal and some country. And that's not because I dislike metal or I dislike country. See, I've been exposed to a few country songs that I've liked, and I've liked them enough to even purchase them from iTunes. But I haven't been exposed to any metal beyond what you might hear during an action sequence in the movie. And I can't imagine that that's a true representation of what metal is. I would need someone to actually guide me through learning the ropes of metal, because I wouldn't even know where to start. But this video is not specifically about metal. I want to talk about how great music is in a general sense today, all music of all genres. See, I grew up in the era before digital music was dominant, and unlike most people my age, I am not nostalgic of the era before digital music. I do not miss the radio, I do not miss vinyl, I do not miss cassettes, and I do not miss CDs. I very much, hands down, prefer the digital music playlist. It's the greatest thing to music that has ever existed. See, the great thing about music today is that I'm not forced to listen to anything that I don't want to. In the old days, in the ancient times back in my day, we had to listen to an entire album from beginning to end, regardless of all the terrible songs sandwiched in between the good songs. CDs you could skip, but when you had cassettes, I remember like when I used to ride the bus to school, I would just play an album all the way through, and there were some really terrible songs on some of these albums, but it just took so much effort to take out my massive recorder, press the fast forward button, hit play. Oh, that's not the right spot. Fast forward, hit play. Oh, that's not the right spot. Fast forward, hit play. Oh, I went too far. Rewind, press play. Not the right spot. Fast forward, hit play. Went too far again. Rewind, hit play. That's the right spot. Now I can listen to the song that I like. With digital music, as you know, that doesn't exist. And more importantly, with digital music, discovering new awesome music is so easier because everything is so accessible. I keep a rotating playlist of new songs every week. What happens is, every week I will go to one of my favorite iTunes playlists, and Spotify has something similar, but I'm in the Apple ecosystem, so nothing against Spotify. Spotify is awesome, but I just happen to be in the Apple ecosystem. I go into one of my favorite new music lists on iTunes, and there's a ton of them, and I just go through all of the songs. Sometimes there's 50 songs to go through, sometimes there's 100, sometimes there's more. But I go through all of the songs and I pick out ones that I like and I add them to my personal playlist. And I only keep about 100 or 150 songs in this playlist. I add new songs. Any of the songs that I'm no longer interested in listening to on that playlist, I just kick them off. And so I can curate this playlist of only the songs that I enjoy. Only the songs that give me motivation, only the songs that give me inspiration, only the songs that gives me that drive to get through the day. Now back in the old days with cassettes, you could record mixtapes, and that's where the term mixtapes come from. Back at my mom's house, I have a little box full of cassette tapes and mixtapes that I made when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure those cassettes are dried out and dead by now. If I tried to play them, they would probably pop and probably catch fire. Basically, it was kind of ridiculous, but what you would do, you would have some sort of boombox, small or big, and it would have two recording decks. It would have two cassette decks in it. So you could put one tape in on the left side and one tape in on the right side. For you, this is left and this is right. But yeah, it's reversed for me. But yeah, you would put one tape here, one tape here. One of those tapes will be blank and you would be able to record onto it. You would take one of the tapes that had either one of your favorite songs or more, doesn't matter. And you would press record on tape deck 2 and press play on tape deck 1. Play through the entire recording and then hit stop when it was done. And you would do this for as many songs as you wanted to go on this cassette, and as many songs that would actually fit on this cassette, because they were usually about 80 to 90 minutes in length, both side A and side B. You would just do this for each individual song. Play, record, listen to the entire song, stop. 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 Until you had a collection of music that was called a mixtape. And then when CDs came along, you would just take the MP3s, put them in the order that you wanted in the software, and then burn them to the CD. And now with playlists, you don't have to buy any extra materials. All you need is a device like your phone. I'm 35 years old, and I don't understand why my peers are so nostalgic about that past. It's so much better now. Also, I do not miss the days of lugging around big giant envelopes full of hundreds of CDs. That was so ridiculous. Now I just have this. My whole entire music collection is on this thing. It reminds me of the conversation centered around physical books versus ebooks, which maybe this belongs in a separate video because it's not music, but it does play into the thing that I'm talking about with music, which is there was a time when I had a library of physical books. I had it in a bookcase and it was beautiful, beautiful to look at. I love physical books too, like don't get me wrong, they're cool. But I needed to go and live on a cruise ship for 6 months. And I wanted to read, but there's a 50-pound weight limit for all checked luggage when traveling, and the fees are large, and I can't take all of those books with me. So I put them here on the Kindle app, and I never looked back after that. Ever since then, I carried my entire collection of books on this Kindle app, and I've never gone back to physical books. People tend to say, like, what if you're at the beach and you drop your phone in the water? What if you're at the beach and you drop your book in the water? You can drop anything. It's okay, it's fine. I have Apple Care. I'm just different. I don't know. And I get it. I get that people want to own things. They want to have the physical thing to say that they own it. But for me, that does not matter. For me, the content is the only thing that matters. I don't care which medium it's delivered in. Some people think that because we're paying for a subscription to download this music, that we're renting the music and the service can remove the music at any time that they choose, which absolutely is true, but it hasn't happened. At least not to me. Maybe there's somebody who has an experience, and I don't want to take that from you. Maybe you did have an experience where you had a song and the service removed it for whatever reason. Maybe, I guess recently, the whole Spotify R. Kelly thing that just happened. That's an example of that happening. But that doesn't seem to be widespread. That's number one. And number two, if you really want to own things, nothing is stopping you from owning things. If it matters to you that much, you don't have to be involved in a subscription service. You can absolutely purchase and own things. Vinyl is still sold, CDs are still sold. You can still purchase those things. So if you want to own them, go own them. I kind of just freestyled this video because it's Freestyle Friday, of course. And I don't know if there's anything else to say about music. Maybe you feel the same way, maybe you don't. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I see you on the next one.